Hi all, James here.
After James Charles's YouTube career would crash and burn with him breaking a world record for sub loss, and the internet would spawn meme after meme, and people would get to work digging up old claims that support Tati's expose.
I'm not going into that.
I am.
Okay.
After James Charles's apology video quickly climbed to the number 9 rank as the most disliked video posted to YouTube of all time, just below Rebecca Black's Friday music video. That's bad.
You probably need to marry me so I can do that every day. How tall are you?
I'm like 6'1", 6'2" maybe sometimes.
Okay, cool.
After James Charles would go MIA in the days following, leaving many to wonder if this is the end of an era.
Hi sisters. Hi sister.
Hi, sister.
The world of fashion, beauty, and makeup, they've joined up with Tati in the unfollowing of James on IG. We're talking Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Demi Lovato, Shawn Mendes, Iggy Azalea, the Dolan twins, Laura Lee, Shane Dawson, and Jeffree Star. All of them have, essentially said bye sister. Getting unfollowed in the beauty community is like Thanos snapping his finger with the Infinity Gauntlet. To them, James might as well have been turned to dust. Now by now you know the big controversy. James was exposed for using a celebrity to manipulate people's sexuality, and a number of boys have come forward with screen grabs and video confessions.
I feel speaking about this because it feels like I'm bitching about him and I'm like making up like stuff, but like I'm just telling facts.
It's the biggest YouTube scandal of 2019, with the year's fastest rising star becoming the punching bag of the internet. Now we ain't seen nothing like this since Logan Paul took a trip to Japan.
I'm not even kidding. Do you see it?
Now my audience won't likely be caught up in this beauty guru community stuff, but I assume some of you want the full story from start to finish. Now right out the gate, I need to address that people, despite these serious claims, I do feel bad for the kid. He said he was suffering from anxiety, and that was before all this happened, so I can only imagine what he's going through now. Let me know if you think he'll bounce back from this in the comments down below. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden coming at you with a video we've titled The Aftermath. Now I've kind of put After They Are Famous on hold this year. Perhaps I should be bringing them back. I feel like Kodak Black, he deserves one with him walking around looking like Lisa Simpson. Now we've also done a few more videos that are focused towards girls. I'm talking Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian's The Rich Life. Of course, you guys are in control of who we do next, so be sure to let us know in the comments down below. Also, you can find me over on Instagram, where we keep you up to date on everything going on in the social media world, hour by hour. All right, let's get into this video. It's a long one. Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! All right, let's do a short recap on who James Charles is. Born on May 23rd, 1999. Well, James, he hails from a small town known as Bethlehem in New York. Population just 33K. Now, I've done it before. They were famous on James Charles in the past, but in this video, I was a sweaty mess. I certainly wasn't Jeffree Star approved. That's a thing. Now, James has stated that it was hard for the two to bond as children because, well, there was a lot of differences. James would spend time indoors while Ian, he leaned more towards athletics. James Charles's rise to fame was pretty astronomical. He got on Twitter as young as 11, next was Tumblr, and then YouTube. And Instagram and the rest. Now he came out to his parents when he was only 12 because they caught him checking out some not safe for work stuff on his computer. So the cat was out of the bag. He found work as a hairdresser and then began to transition into makeup. He graduated high school early, and it was his yearbook photo that took the internet by storm, landing him the gig as the world's first male spokesmodel for CoverGirl, working alongside Katy Perry. James had earned global recognition, but as we learned from Tati's Bye Sister video, well, James, he was still not pulling in that much bank. Now she and her husband, James Westbrook, they taught him the lay of the land, increasing his YouTube earnings from the hundreds to the thousands. And from there, well, he was on his way to becoming one of the biggest stars on the internet. From 2017 to 2019, well, James Charles's social media climb was astronomical, going from 10 million views a month to over 100 million. He would have big name collaborations and endorsements. He worked with Iggy Azalea, Shane Dawson, Ryland, Liza Koshy, the Ace Family, Kylie Jenner, and more. It's a pretty big deal.
Today I'm joined with a very iconic and spooky sister special guest.
Spooky sister's special guest. Hi, how are you? I'm so happy.
All right, now let's get into the drama that's unfolded over the past couple of weeks. Now, the drama between Tati and James, it began on April 22nd, while James was at Coachella when he did a short Instagram video for Sugar Bear hair. And it's gummy vitamins. You know, you see them all over Instagram.
I also want to give a quick shout out to Sugar Bear Hair. I met their team weekend 1 at Coachella and they really helped me and my friends out with sister security because it was crazy. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety recently and it always comes late at night when I'm laying in bed thinking, which is not fun or fresh. So I've been taking these 30 minutes before bed and they've been really helping. So if you guys want to check them out, you can swipe up.
The gummies are a direct competitor with Tati's beauty supplement, Halo Beauty. And after the video was released, well, Tati posted a clip of herself to her Instagram where she was crying. She also expressed feeling betrayed and alone.
When you do so much for people in your life and they not only don't return the favor, but they just don't even see you. Like, I get it. I fucking get it. I'm just so upset.
The day after James posted that Instagram story, well, Jeffree Star chimed in with a Twitter post saying, "The truth always tastes better than a lie." Then Tati, well, she finally made a post on Twitter stating, "Focus on growing the strength and beauty of your soul. Growth is not how many subs, money, things you have. In the end, all you take with you from this earth is you. When you figure that out, that's growth." Followed by a tweet that read, "I've learned along the way to be a kind person, you have to be a kind person. We don't get to title ourselves, our actions do that for us." Then James Charles, he publicly apologized on his Instagram story. In his apology, he says, "This weekend I did an Instagram story for sleep vitamins that I've been taking because the brand helped me with security when the crowd around me at Coachella became unsafe. As most of you know, Tati has a vitamin brand which I take on a daily basis, but in the moment I did not think about the competition, which was a major oversight." Following this, and without Tati reacting to James's apology, another beauty guru named Gabriel Zamora, well, he decided to upload a 42-minute video on May 4th to give his opinion on the matter. And this has gotten over 65,000 dislikes to 14,000 likes. That's at the time of this recording.
Only thing I can think of as to why she was upset is because he posted that Sugar Bear hair thing. Homeboy is exclusive to her? Oh, is it canceled? Were those Snapchat stories the end all be all of that brand? No. Okay. Really, over vitamins?
That same day, James replied to a Twitter user saying, "Until Tati is ready and comfortable speaking to me in private, no, I will not speak about her in public." Nikita Dragun also tried throwing James Charles a lifeline by posting a screenshot of their text during weekend 2 at Coachella, where he asked her for help getting in contact with Sugar Bear for security. On May 10, 2019, well, Tati finally decided to upload her viral video, "Bye Sister," in which she exposed James Charles' behavior and publicly denounced him as her friend. Now, in it, she addressed the Sugar Bear controversies, as well as a few other things. Yeah, we're just getting started.
I just think that swipe up with a tracking code and hashtag ad that had to stay up for 24 hours, by the way, I think that was planned out and I'm not good with that. But then you go and post an apology and you can't even mention my brand name. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know what contracts look like. I know what the exclusivities look like.
Another thing she brought up in the video, which is a side controversy that James Charles has also been dealing with, is how he's been known to coerce straight bi-curious guys into, well, experimenting with him.
Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting.
The incident she is talking about is one that happened in Seattle when he was at her birthday party back in February. And they were out at a restaurant where James, he was hitting on the straight waiter.
And when I said, "James, he's straight," your response was, "Doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity." So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family.
In a video uploaded to Nikita Dragun's YouTube, James can be seen talking about this situation in more detail.
I met a really beautiful boy at a restaurant and we caught each other's eye and I didn't think anything of it. The wait staff was like harassing him because they saw that I kept looking at him and stuff. And the next day, he had DM'd me on Instagram. And he was like, "Oh my God, I noticed you last night. Like, I thought you were really beautiful." And I was like,
Later, the waiter, well, he ended up making a response video. Everybody be getting on YouTube. Okay, not a joke.
Then he asked me how I was, And then you can kind of read here, he's like, sorry about last night, you're very attractive. And then I responded with, it's all good, very flattering actually. I get to the hotel room, we say hi, it's all fine. We end up watching a movie, and after that movie he asked to kiss me. And I was very nervous because I had never done anything with a guy and I was bi-curious, so I said yes. And we ended up making out for around an hour, and if I'm being honest, he's the worst kisser I've ever kissed.
Ugh, that's awkward, considering James had this to say about the situation.
We made out. Literally one of the most magical hours of my entire life. Like, loved
an
it.
hour of making out.
He was so kind.
Way too much tongue. Yeah.
In brief, the waiter told James that he had come to realize that he was straight after all, which prompted James to make a post to his Twitter. It read, "This is no one's fault but my own because my dumbass continues to go for the same type of insecure cute boys and it gets me hurt every single time."
His response to me was that he didn't think that I was straight. He told me, "You're not straight." Like, I'll throw up the DM conversation.
This is where another bi-curious kid, Gage, well, he came into the mix.
We have footage of him admitting to it on FaceTime that he was, in fact, talking to me and Gage at the same time. Like, in all honesty, I think you were talking to him at the same time you were talking to me.
Yeah, we were. It's like lighting hair.
Apparently, in January of 2019, an aspiring male model named Gage, well, he received a DM from James Charles, and the two began talking back and forth for a little while.
James then saw this as an opportunity to manipulate me as a person who may or may not have been trying to figure things out about their sexuality after the fact of telling him that I was straight multiple times.
Gage continues in the video saying that James, he put pressure on him to get to know him, and once one of James's flights got delayed in New York, which is where Gage was going to school at the time, and he asked Gage to meet with him.
He then proceeded to get mad at me for not clearing my schedule to meet up, hang out, get food, chill, whatever, talk.
James went ahead and blocked Gage on social media, and on April 10th, well, he made a tweet directly aimed at Gage. The tweet read, "Pretty boys always have the ugliest personalities." James proceeded to block and unblock Gage multiple times and eventually ended up inviting Gage to Coachella. So that's good.
And I denied the first time he asked me. I denied both times he asked me. He asked me like one day, and the next day after he asked me again. I said no.
Then Gage, well, he finally agreed to go to Coachella with James, and they had a good time. But James allegedly started being pushy about Gage experimenting, even though Gage had been vocal that, well, he didn't feel too comfortable. James got mad a final time with Gage, and after that, well, all his friends convinced James that Gage was only there for clout and to be seen with James only when other celebrities were around. And James, he made another Twitter post on April 15th stating, "Real friends will tell you the truth no matter how much it hurts." 2 days later, on April 17th, James Charles was tagged by a fan in a picture showing James and Gage together at Coachella. The post read, "Guys." To this, James Charles, he replied, "Nope, unfortunately, I'm still very single. This boy played me for months on end and is a disgusting con artist. I'm thankful I had my friends with me to protect me." The text message exchange between the two was leaked after this Twitter post. Tana Mongeau, or Mongeau, I don't know her name, she decided to chime in on May 2nd, but this time it was through a private message sent to Gage. Now in the exchange, well, Tana, she made some serious accusations towards Gage. She stated, "I can tell that you possess sociopathic tendencies and have a lack of emotion because anyone with an amount of emotion will not be able to do this to someone and feel okay." Gage had posted this DM to his Twitter with a response to Tana. "Sociopathic tendencies, Tana Mongeau, I genuinely cannot even jokingly bring myself to believe that you would ever be qualified to determine something of that nature. James and I are in contact now, finally handling this as mature adults would. No need for the unnecessary DMs." Then a war started in the replies to his Twitter post between James Charles, Tana Mongeau, and Gage. And it started with Tana replying, "I watched you lead on and kiss my friend for a whole weekend. And when he realized, you got scared and made a video lying and accusing him of being a sexual predator. Legit, watching you lie like this and get away with it breaks my heart. He's a person too, you and I know the truth." In a now deleted tweet, Gage has responded to Tana by saying, "Once again, Tana, I met you for a quick 2 minutes and then you ran into the artist section. You were not there." He continued the thought in a non-deleted post stating, 1. I met you for 2 minutes and you ran back to artist. 2. You were literally never there besides that quick moment. And I talked to Brad, not you. 3. Show me where I said sexual predator or made the accusation. 4. The clownery of you to get involved because me and James are ending it right now. James finally piped in saying, ending it right now would mean that you were actually responding. Let's not play more games. My God. Gage replied, you know, I was agreeing to put an end to the bullshit because we agreed yesterday and you and I are totally fine now. But once again, Tana had to run her mouth. Things would be so much easier for everyone if she had a muzzle on. Now James replied, things would be easier if you address things in private instead of making up lies on YouTube and tweeting me instead of calling me. Gage said, but I wasn't the first one to bring my emotions to social media. Now James decided to end things on the matter on social media through a lengthy post, and we'll leave the post up if you want to read the whole thing. Give him a credit and a break. But some of the highlights they include, I impulsively replied to a fan on Twitter who was excited about my new relationship and refuted it by calling him a con artist, which was completely wrong of me. I deleted it, but it was too late. I take full responsibility for starting this whole mess and have already apologized to this person in private. That one tweet, however, led to him making several Instagram stories, Instagram live, tweets, etc. He left out many details and accused me of pressuring him, which is a blatant lie. Everything that happened between him and I was 100% consensual. Finally, on May 5th, Gage, he posted a final lengthy message on his Twitter. Again, we will leave the screenshot up so you can read it, but here are some highlights that include, girls, I hear you, all the signs were there and I missed every one of them because I was under the influence of this individual. He managed to successfully switch the narrative on me and made me into a person I know in my heart I could never be. Unfortunately, we see these things a lot when it comes to manipulative relationships. The moment he realized that he could not persuade me into forgetting my truth and turning me into the person he wanted me to be, I was a con artist. I was a clout chaser. I was a piece of shit. Similar to how women are described when they are the victims of abuse.
To Tati and James Westbrook, I'm sorry.
Going back to the Tati and James Charles drama, well, the same day that Bye Sisters was uploaded, well, James Charles, he uploaded his own apology video, simply titled Tati. It was received with so much negativity that the video is currently sitting at 2.7 million dislikes, making it one of the world's most top hated videos of all time. And James Charles, well, he's down to 13 million subscribers from 16 million he had before all of this started. Now, several influencers, they have since reacted to this mess. Jake Paul's IG story, it read, just remember if your friend is a product, don't promote the competitor. Zara Larson, she decided to chime in about James Charles' reputation for going for straight guys, posting to Twitter. I'm cackling because he hit at my boyfriend in the DM several times, knowing damn well he's straight. Shane Dawson, who has been showing his support for Tati, has also warned James in the past about going for straight guys. He posted to Twitter, drama aside, I have something to say, HaloBeauty.com. And he proceeded to promote Halo Beauty amid the Sugar Bear scandal. He also made an IG story that read, even though I believe some people need to be humbled, I also could never enjoy watching someone go through something like this. And that's a sentiment I can agree with. Now, people have coined this chaos that surrounds these stories as cancel culture, and I know from personal experience how much anxiety and stress that can cause a creator. I don't consider this video to be dramatic, just me doing what I've always done here on this platform. I'm like an entertainment historian, giving you everything you need to know. Alright guys, we're wrapping up this video. My name, of course, is Michael McCrudden, and this was James Charles, The Aftermath. Maybe we'll have to do a new Before They're Famous when he makes his big comeback. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, how this is going to play out in the comments down below. I do read all your comments. I'll see you guys in another video.